Blind Man Travels here. Today we are going to try a New Orleans institution. So I am in my accommodations. I did get finished working my night shift at my job. So I'm going to enjoy myself here. This is a place that happens to be open 24 hours a day. And they are a New Orleans institution in the Ninth Ward. And that place is called Melba's Po' Boys. And there's the phone number and the website right there. Not sure if you can see that there. But that's the phone number and the website right there. And it says Eat, Pray, Love on it. And it's a local institution. And it says nicely, if the seal is broken, check contents before accepting. So let's go ahead and see what we have in here. So I did a little research, and this is supposed to be reputed to be one of the best places to get a po' boy sandwich in the city. I wish I could have gone there to actually enjoy it, but we're working with what we have here. And let's see what's in here. Quite a bit, actually. Well, that's just cornbread right there. Okay, so that's just cornbread right there. So that's a nice side. Let's see what else we got here. Oh my gosh, that's huge. I wasn't expecting it to be that big. They didn't have any bread pudding, but they had carrot cake, so I took that instead of the bread pudding, which I originally wanted here. And let's see what else we have here. These are the sides. I'm not sure which is which. I think one of these is going to be red beans and rice. And the other is supposed to be gumbo. So I'm not sure exactly which is which there. Okay, here we are. Let me put this napkin over here. So this is the size of the sandwich. So it says, eat at Melba's, pray before meals, and love New Orleans. So apparently the backstory of this place was that it was built up after Hurricane Katrina. And it's a locally owned business in the area. So that's good because we do like to support locally owned businesses. So the deal I got here was I actually got this big shot. This is supposed to be a pineapple drink here. So I'm going to try that and see how I like it. I don't think I've ever had that before. I don't know if that's like a local soft drink specialty or not. We got some condiments in here. And I'm not exactly sure what they are. Oh, is that cocktail sauce? It might be. No, it's hot sauce. That's what it is. These are all hot sauce here. Okay. And here's the catch. I got 2 of the shrimp po' boys for the price of 1. So that was the deal, buy one, get one free. So this one I'm probably just going to put in my fridge and save it for later. So let me go and take care of that right now. Okay, that's in the fridge. Now I have to figure out which of these sizes is which, because these are all the same size and I can't quite tell which is which. So let me take a sniff and see. I think these are red beans right here. So that's red beans and rice. So one of those I'm supposed to keep. One of these is supposed to be gumbo, I think. Okay, that's another red beans and rice, so I'm putting that in the fridge too. Okay, let's see what this one is here. This one should be... One of these should be gumbo, I would think. Yeah, that smells different. I think that's gumbo. So, let me hit it here. So let's go ahead and unwrap this sandwich. This is big. They aren't stingy about their portion sizes here, guys. It's a good thing I brought my appetite today. Let me just unwrap this. That's kind of full. Take a look at that. In fact, let's do it like this. Oh, that's good. So again, there's shrimp and tomato and lettuce. And it looks like we got mayonnaise and hot sauce in there. So we're gonna try this and see how we like it. Well, that shrimp is nice and sweet. and it isn't rubbery. It has the right amount of give for it. And then we got a little bit of hot sauce in there. It doesn't overwhelm it, at least on the first bite. Let's go in for more. Wow, this is a good sandwich right here. Yeah, that shrimp is really tender. And along with the tomato and the lettuce, that really complements it really well. It's a little bit like a pineapple Fanta. Not exactly. I think a pineapple Fanta is a little bit more tart. See, there's one half of the sandwich, and I still got a bunch of shrimp here. All right, let's try this other half here. You're getting really nice. Now, this is actually not my first time in New Orleans. I was in New Orleans once before in 1997, right after I'd graduated out of high school. And I was going with a convention of other blind people. And we were all having the convention, and many of us were staying at the hotel that was attached to the New Orleans Superdome at the time. So imagine a hotel, even a big hotel like that, filled with 3,000 blind people, and a bunch of them all lined up to use the elevators. It was an interesting experience with about 20 to 30 blind people on the elevator at the same time. My first night in New Orleans, I went out with a friend of mine, my roommate. So I'm legally blind, he's totally blind, and we go down to the French Quarter and we go find some alligator po' boys. At least they're told to us they're alligator po' boys. I don't know about the quality of the meat. I don't remember that much about that night. But I do remember going down to the French Quarter on the first night we were there and eating an alligator po' boy sandwich. So this kind of gives me memories of that. Okay, sandwich is done. Let's go ahead and take a look at these side dishes here. Okay, so that's the red beans and rice right there. And that, it looks like it's a different consistency, so I think that's the gumbo. And then over there we've got cornbread. So let's go and try all this. Now, interesting little history lesson about food in New Orleans. A lot of people think the food in New Orleans is Cajun. Now, it's more Creole than it is Cajun. Cajun tends to come from more Lafayette, which is several miles to the west, but New Orleans tends to be more Creole. Now, that being said, people have lived in this region for several hundred years, so I think the foods have kind of intermixed by now. But let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, this is the gumbo because you can see the sausage chunks in there. Okay, this is really nice. I don't think this was made with the hot sausage, but it's really nice. So it might have a little bit of a kick on the back end, but it's really nice and soothing. Okay, yeah, the heat does add up. If I wanted to kick it up a little bit, I suppose I could put some hot sauce in there, but I don't feel like I have to. Okay, now the spices are starting to build up a little bit. Okay, let's try the red beans and rice. That's nice and hearty like red beans should be. I don't think there's any kick in that, but it could sneak up on me again. Yeah, the red beans and rice is more soothing than it is anything else. That's kind of what we want. If we want something that's more soothing and not necessarily has as much kick as everything else, maybe just to counterbalance the kick that everything else brings. Let's try cornbread. I love me cornbread. Nice and sweet and dense. Just like I like cornbread. Okay, cornbread was very good. Let's see if we can enjoy at least some of this carrot cake. I'm not sure I'll be able to finish it all, but I'll at least try some of it and give you my idea of what my verdict is for the carrot cake. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you probably remember me saying that carrot cake is probably my favorite kind of cake. So that's fine. We'll go ahead and enjoy it. I did actually want the bread pudding, but they were out, so we're gonna do the carrot cake instead. Alrighty. It's nice. It's not quite a cream cheese frosting, but it is pretty sweet. Okay, well, I'll just give you my verdict now. That's a little rich for me for right now. So I'm going to let some of this food digest before I enjoy more. But let's go ahead and give a review for everything. So we'll just go ahead and give this a 5 out of 5 canes review. So again, 5 out of 5 canes. If you're ever in New Orleans, check this place out. It is an institution. Again, I wish I could have gone there, but because of my work schedule, I have to try it in my accommodations. So we'll just leave it like that. I've got lots of leftovers for a couple of days, so that's not too bad for me either. More travel's coming soon. To see the video where I covered my journey from Houston to New Orleans, click right there. To see the video where I found a restaurant owned by a blind chef, click right there. I'm not sure where it's going to be because I am blind.